How Wags Almost Missed the Show by Kathleen Warren. It was a busy morning at Network Wiggles. Anthony was checking the cameras and Murray was tuning his guitars. Greg was at the control panel and Jeff was asleep. "Wake up, Jeff," called Murray, moving across to tidy up the set. "There's a lot to do." Jeff yawned and stretched. "Sorry, I didn't mean to fall asleep. What's happening?" "You can't have forgotten," said Greg. "Everyone will be here soon." "Are they coming for lunch?" asked Anthony hopefully. Greg shook his head. "Of course not. We're making a television program right here in the studio." Just then, Captain Feathersword, Henry the Octopus, and Dorothy the Dinosaur arrived. "Hello," Murray greeted them. "We're nearly ready. Where's Wags?" Captain Feathersword, Henry, and Dorothy looked worried. "Isn't he here?" they asked. "No," replied Greg. "We thought he was coming with you." "He went for a run this morning, and we decided he must have come straight here," said Captain Feathersword. "I hope he won't be long. We need him for the show." "Perhaps he's got stage fright and doesn't want to perform," suggested Dorothy. Henry laughed. "Not Wags. He's been practicing for weeks. He's so excited about having his own spot in the show." "Perhaps we should look for him," suggested Anthony. "There's not much more to do here." Everyone agreed. "Dorothy and Henry and I will look around here and you four take the big red car," said Captain Feathersword. The Wiggles piled into the big red car, Anthony grabbing an apple to ward off hunger pangs, and drove down the road. They passed a cow in a paddock. "Have you seen Wags?" they asked. "Mm," replied the cow, shaking her head. They passed a flock of sheep. "Have you seen Wags?" asked the Wiggles. "Meh, meh," said the sheep. "The trouble is," said Murray, "we don't know where to look." Just then, a pelican flew above them, flapping its wings and making pelican sounds. Jeff pointed at the pelican. "That pelican is trying to tell us something. I think it wants us to follow it." The pelican nodded and flapped its wings. It flew towards a lake and out across the water. "The big red car can't go on water," said Greg. "Look," said Anthony, pointing to the middle of the lake. There, in a small boat, was Wags with a fishing rod in his paws. The Wiggles rushed to the shore. They waved and shouted, "Hey Wags, you'll be late for the television program at Network Wiggles." Wags looked up in astonishment. He grasped the oars and rowed back to the shore. "I'm sorry," he said. "I didn't realise it was so late. It was peaceful out there on the lake, and I thought a spot of fishing might calm my nerves before the show. The time just slipped away." "We were worried about you," said Murray. "We're glad you're safe, but we'd better get back to Network Wiggles." "I'm off," woofed Wags, running over the paddocks in the direction of Network Wiggles, while the big red car followed behind. Everyone was pleased to see that Wags was safe and sound. "It's on with the show, me hearties," cried Captain Feathersword. The cast took their places. "Action!" called the director, and the program began. When Wags' turn came, he amazed everyone. He walked along a narrow beam, balancing a ball on his nose, and he juggled 5 bones at once. Everyone cheered. "Wags is the star of Network Wiggles," cried Anthony. "Hooray for Wags!"